Well, welcome back to Cooking with Queen Jeannie. I hope everybody made it through the holidays and is ready to get going with the new year. Some of you might have made some New Year resolution regarding getting rid of meat and eating more vegetables. So today I'm going to go over some recipes. Matter of fact, today and maybe next week, or maybe the whole month, rest of the month, go over a recipe using tofu. Tofu is a good transitional food that you can use in place of meat. And so today I'm going to go over a recipe that I use a lot. It is just actually baking the tofu and using a sauce to put over different dishes. So something about tofu, if you don't, tofu is just a soybean curd. And it's a vegetable protein. It's very healthy and low in calories. Well, it doesn't have any cholesterol. It's low in calories. It has fiber and protein, so you and no saturated fat. You can do. It's very versatile. So today I'm going to use a Extra Firm Tofu. I got mine at this is like what is it? Trader Joe's. I got this at Trader Joe's. This is Extra Firm. This is also a firm. This is super firm actually, and this one is the water has been just about drained out it, so you don't have to drain the water out like you do this one when you get it. When you start working with it, you want to put it in a paper towel and get as much water as possible out of it. Now this other tofu that I use is a silken tofu, but I won't use it for this dish. Silken tofu is a different texture, and I use it for some of your dessert items, for creams and that type of thing. So we won't be using that today. So let's get cooking. Now I have cubed this tofu and I let it sit for about an hour in some soy sauce. Just take about a fourth a cup of soy sauce and marinate your tofu to give it a seasoning, because tofu will pick up whatever you season it with. So I let it, I cubed it. I put it in some soy sauce and let it sit there for about an hour. And now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, and 1 cup of maple syrup. Stir it around and mix it in there. So that's soy and maple syrup. Not soy, but maple syrup. And sesame seed oil. Stir it around. Then I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. And now I'm going to take this plastic bag and I'm going to put some cornstarch in there. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm going to use that to sprinkle over and toss my soy cubes before putting them into the oven to bake. Tray that I have parchment paper on it. Be messy. I'm shaking only a little bit. Taking off some of the cornstarch. ready for the oven. I have the oven at 400 degrees, and so we'll cook it for about 15 minutes. While the tofu is baking, we can start making the sauce on top of the stove. We'll just need a half a cup of maple syrup, a fourth cup of soy sauce, minced garlic, about 2 or 3 cloves, depending on how much, if you like garlic, put a lot more. If you don't put any. One to 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. I only put 1. And then some type of hot sauce, depending on, how much heat you like. If you don't like a little hot, don't use a lot. If you like a lot, use more. Now go ahead, I'm going to twist it around, stir it. I'm also going to use cornstarch to thicken it up. You might need 1 tablespoon. I'll use only a half in. See how it goes. If it gets too thick, you can always add water. So now I'm making a sauce for the tofu, and so I'm just waiting for it to thicken up a bit. Now I use a rice wine vinegar, which is used in a lot of Asian cooking, and also I'm using to give it some heat, Sambal Oelek. Now this is hot, so I only use about a half a teaspoon. Now if you like your dishes a little more hot, you can actually, increase it to see, it's getting thick. You can increase it to a teaspoon if you can handle the heat like that. So it is getting thicker. I put a little cornstarch in there. You can put more water if it gets too thick. So I think that's it's thick. I'm flipping these over and maybe cook it for another 10 minutes before I put it in sauce. Under the bowl. To finish the tofu dish off, place it on a bed of rice or vegetables or quinoa or whatever to your liking. Delicious. Don't forget to click on the like button below this video, and remember to subscribe and share with your neighbors, friends, and family. And check me out on my next video.